Let's move that camera. I'm gonna move the camera. I can't see myself. Come on down. And we'll have to get another wide shot to fit both of us. Come on down, sir.
There's a lot of people here.
There we go. That's the camera that's we're looking at right now. Uh-oh. Looks like they're gonna. You're gonna leave it. It's up to you. What would you prefer? Yeah, sometimes.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out. If we can get everybody's attention for just one moment, please. We just want to make a couple of quick announcements and then let you get back to the hiring.
Oh, awesome.
If I get everyone's attention for just 1 second, please.
Yeah, it's like I've also had the vaccine and tested negative, but just trying to be respectful of others because I don't
want to antagonize people.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know why some a lot of people get in fits about it, but it's just like it's not that big a deal.
Right.
I'm gonna try the boom here as well. I might be able to just do like a boom kind of thing. I can disconnect this and okay. I think they're gonna start doing some speeches here, but if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Oh, yes. My name is David Freeman. I'm 55. I was born and raised here in Hueytown and Bessemer and this area.
Yeah.
I basically got married, became a contractor, computer-aided drafting contractor, and I've been all over the United States.
Yeah.
My wife and I have gone all over the place. And so,
You go ahead, now that one's yours.
At 2018, I basically, my feet caught a MRSA infection.
Yeah.
And I went into, the short of it is I went into a septic shock. And was like maybe a couple of hours, they told me, away from death. I was dying.
Because that's a blood thing, is it not? Where the blood gets infected
Right.
eventually from the MRSA.
Yeah.
I've heard of MRSA before because I used to wrestle, and sometimes you'll get that from the mat.
Yeah.
So it was a big thing that you had to make sure that you didn't catch MRSA because it was you've heard of people getting it before.
Right.
Yeah. And it'll take a toll on your body.
Yeah. Well. From December 2018 to today, I've spent these several years exercising and learning to walk again, learning to walk with a walker, with a cane, and now I'm with a cane, but I've gone back to school. I've learned how to drive a car.
That's awesome.
So
Now, have you reached out for services for help along those lines? Have there been organizations like United Ability or ADRS that have?
I went through Vocational Rehab.
Voc Rehab. I'd like to ask you more about that. We're going to go ahead and let the presenter speak, and then we'll jump back in.
Okay.
Disability Job Fair, Job Expo, hosted by United Ability and the Alabama Department of Rehabilitation Services. I want to introduce United Ability's CEO, Susan Sellers.
Thanks, Katie. Well, we are so delighted that all of you are here this afternoon. It's so important that every individual have the opportunity to have fun, live, and work in their community in a satisfying career, and that's what this Hiring Expo is all about this afternoon. So we are overwhelmed and humbled by the number of individuals that have come. We want to thank ADRS. Y'all have been a wonderful partner of ours for a long time, so thank you for being here today and partnering with United Ability. We want to thank all of the employers that are here today that have made a commitment to come and to hire individuals with disabilities. And I want to give a huge round of applause to all of our job seekers that are here today. It's all about you, and we are so happy you're here. I also just want to take a minute to thank Katie Dumas and our entire employment services team. They have put an enormous amount of work into making this first hiring expo successful. And I think by looking at the cars in the parking lot, they can certainly say that it's been successful, which is great. And then I also have the distinct pleasure of introducing to you all this afternoon Dr. Graham Sisson, who is the director of the Governor's Office on Disability Services. And so Dr. Sisson is going to visit with us for a little bit this afternoon, and it's a real treat to have him here. So thank you.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Susan, for that fine introduction. It's my pleasure to be here today. I just wanted to point out some things that Susan's already mentioned. One is that the unemployment rate of people with significant disabilities is unacceptably high. Some put it as high in Alabama as 72.2%. And I know that we can do better than that. And I want to thank all the employers that are here today for being here and giving folks with disabilities the opportunity to get jobs. And people with disabilities are a largely untapped labor source, particularly now with COVID being labor shortages because of difficulty in folks not wanting to return to work because of fear of COVID and other issues. Now people with disabilities can step into those vacancies. Employers here today, I use the challenge to you to hire people that are here today, qualified people with disabilities. And people with disabilities, you're not doing somebody a favor by giving them a job. It's a win-win situation. People with disabilities are qualified for the jobs. You need folks to fill the jobs. People with disabilities make excellent employees. They're dedicated, they're loyal, they can do a great job. So please hire some folks today. And again, we thank you for being here. We thank all the job seekers here today also. We also thank Unitedability and the Alabama Department of Rehabilitation Services for sponsoring this event today. Thank you.
Thank y'all so much for coming out, and enjoy the rest of the Job Expo.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. All right, let's go split view on this if we can. Guys, we're winging this today, so if you guys are in chat, I appreciate any support. Tell us if you're having any issues with the audio. And my shoulders are already killing me just from trying to hold that camera up. Okay, so we were talking about, you said that you're a member of Voc Rehab.
Yeah.
If you could tell me more about that and how that's helped.
About which one?
Vocational Rehabilitation.
Oh.
Is that the one that you mentioned?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
You're on my deaf side, so I'm...
Oh, I got you. Would you rather me sit on the other side?
Yeah.
I'll switch you chairs. Oh, I think $1 fell out of your pocket. You're dropping money everywhere, dude. Trying to give money away for free?
Yeah.
So we were talking about Voc Rehab.
Oh, yes. I basically went through vocational rehab. I basically went through vocational rehab. Not long after, as a matter of fact, I did it because of my,
Of the MRSA and how that went.
yeah, I basically went through physical therapy and occupational therapy, and the ladies there put me in contact with vocational rehab.
Yeah.
And they helped me. They were really great.
You enjoyed that experience?
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
What kind of stuff did you do?
Basically, what happened was when I went in, when I set up the appointment, the guy met me at, it used to be Bessemer Tech.
Would you like me to hold that for you? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll kind of hold it here.
Used to be Bessemer Tech.
Okay.
It's Lawson State now.
Oh,
Bessemer.
yeah, I've heard of Lawson State.
Yeah. I met him there. I was real friendly. Acted like he actually cared about me instead of I'm just another number.
Yeah.
We talked over what needed to occur, and then I went home and kind of put in order exactly what I needed. I had some research to do. I had some paperwork to get to him.
Yeah.
So I got him all the paperwork that he needed from everywhere that he needed.
That's a lot of paperwork, too.
Yeah, it was a pretty fair amount.
Yeah.
I mean, it was paperwork I hadn't looked up in forever. And I'm a widower, so and somewhere in amidst all of that, the paperwork was scattered about. So I got it back.
Sounds like my office.
Yeah.
Paperwork everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
I basically, we decided on two separate paths. I couldn't just go straight into a job because one of my certifications, desktop support technician, telling you how to, if you can't do something with your computer or, IT type stuff.
Kind of walking you through it over the phone, or you can even log into the computer and help them. I've done that before. I've called companies because I don't know much about computers.
Yeah.
So if something goes wrong, I have to, ask for help from people like you that are professionals.
I was that guy in my drafting all the way through. I was the guy in the engineering company that everybody went to when they had a question. So when the housing market crashed, then I had to reinvent myself, and I became a computer IT person and continued to do the contract freelance stuff. So when I got to him, we decided on a path. Out of several, we decided on a path, cybersecurity, and so they helped me get the classes for that. Once I passed the class, I am working on the certification for that, but they went on ahead and got me in contact with a different vocational rehab person to help me with my resume. And they helped me rebuild a resume that was long gone, years old, and they helped me rebuild that. And so I guess about 3 days ago they told me about this, and she's like, "Oh, you need to go."
This place is packed today. I mean, there's a line out the door. Parking.
Yeah.
I couldn't find a parking spot in this parking lot.
I got here at 1:45, and there was still a line out there. I was standing out there for about 15 minutes.
I got here about 2:15, and that line was just getting longer by the minute.
Yeah, it was, and it was. I looked back there, and it was going way on back. So.
Now, there are quite a few vendors. Have you walked around the tables here and met the different organizations and businesses?
Yeah.
Is there one or two that really caught your eye?
Regions caught my eye. Coca-Cola.
They're a huge company.
Yeah. Free Coke. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Diet Coke for me. I'll take it.
Yeah, right. Several of the companies didn't have specifically IT in front of them on the table. There were good contacts, though, good IT contacts. They're like, call this guy.
Yeah.
They need IT people. Always need IT people. So
I have a question. When you talk to those individuals that were at the Regions Bank and at Coca-Cola, what did that look like? So if someone was nervous to come today and talk to people, what would you tell them to help them be more confident?
they did a great job of keeping me not nervous.
Okay.
The fact that I have a hearing aid and it's picking up everything in the building right now makes it hard to hear people, as you can tell. And everybody's standing around and everybody's trying to look and see what table that is. They're wanting to get in there and talk, but we're kind of like, were you here first? Were you here first?
There's a lot of people.
Yeah. So, everybody here has been real friendly. They've been calm. They have not been nervous. It has helped me not be nervous, and I think that's real important because you're trying to put your best foot forward and remembering all the things you need to say without going, And sometimes they'll let you go ahead and give your little spiel, and then they'll say, well, you just went over my head.
Yeah, as you did when you were saying all your credentials. I'm like, I have no idea what that means. That's way over my head.
Yeah.
And you're talking about all the tests that you passed and the credentials, like you said there. Now, when you're speaking to, I guess they're kind of recruiters here for these businesses. Do you come with a resume and hand them that resume?
I do.
Okay.
I've got the resume
In your bag?
in my bag that someone gave me, one of the guys gave me.
So for someone that's maybe will come to this next year or go to another hiring expo, you definitely recommend bringing their resume.
I would, because some of these guys are like, here, take some of this product that we've got.
Yeah.
So I think that's, they're not only making it easy for you to talk to them, they're actually being friendly and giving away stuff that don't really have to do.
Do you ask for an interview? How does that work? Do you just say, hey, I would love to work for you, and then you talk to them for a little bit, and then...
I just basically tell them who I am, give them a little bit of information that really is on the resume also.
Yeah.
But you want to talk to them. You want to have, you want to dress nice.
Yeah, that's a huge one. That's a great point. You got to dress for the part.
Right. So I've been doing interviews all my life. Working contract, you're always doing an interview because you've got a 6-month to a year contract.
Yeah.
And so you basically want to not go but you want to, I sat out in the car before I actually came into the line and looked at the resume and basically gave my spiel to the steering wheel, out loud. Just
to practice it before
Right, did some practicing.
Yeah. That's a good thing to do. And you're coming in and you're meeting all these individuals and organizations. You're wanting to make an impression. And then I imagine you want to get their contact information to follow up with them.
And that goes on my resume also.
Yeah.
Make sure that you have current information, your full name, your address. I didn't put references on there. Typically, I'll put references upon request. That seems to have been at least for the 20 years, 90s to the 2000s. That's been how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah, I typically won't put references on.
If you were one of my contacts, you don't want your name and phone number on every resume that's being handed out to everybody. So.
I have a question for you. If you could create any job, what would be the job that you would want to do? And what would that look like? Would it look like going into the office, or would it look like working from home?
You know, that's been a question that, as over the past 3 years to today, that has changed. When I was really struggling with walking, and I was really dealing with bruises on my legs while they tried to adjust it, I would have said work remote.
Yeah.
Remote work, but when I started to learn how to drive a car, got easier with it, it changed to remote work, but willing to come into the office. Some offices, well, you could work remotely, but you at least need to come in.
Like a couple days a week or
A couple
something.
of days a week, yeah, something like that.
Now, do you like that? Do you like to go in a couple days a week and then work from home the rest? Or would you rather go into the office all the
I
time?
would rather go into the office and get out of the house.
Yeah, me too.
It just drives me nuts.
Yeah.
And I just got new prosthesis, and they're much easier to walk with, more comfortable. I'm not sitting here in pain or anything like that. So having for someone who is a amputee, it's important, or whatever your handicap is, where you've got equipment to wear. It's important that you do your best to stay with your, I'm going to say your prosthetist, the guy that's building your prosthesis.
To have a good relationship with them and an
Yes.
ongoing relationship.
You should have a good relationship with them. I went through Biotech Lemon Brace in Birmingham, and I really I love them. They
They're pretty
are
good.
the best that I've seen.
It sounds like maybe some of the things in the last 3 years that ADRS and Vocational Rehab have really made an impact.
Yes.
Is there anybody from Voc Rehab that you'd like to shout out? Like, hey, this person's been great. I'm sure there's a couple, but if there's one you'd like to give a shout out to.
Yeah, I might have to look. Les Ernst.
Les Ernst.
Yes, he is he's the guy I first met, and he's my counselor, and he has been in with me every step of the way. On top of that, he even calls me to check up on me
That's
to see
awesome.
how things are going on.
Yeah.
And I know that's probably part of his job, but he doesn't do it from a standpoint of it's my job, I got to do it.
Yeah.
He has some
It's more
personality.
personal
He's a
feeling to
personable
it.
person, right?
Yeah, that's amazing. And we've done a few broadcasts with ADRS, and they have a whole list of services just like United Ability does.
They do.
Well, I'm not going to keep you too much longer. We're going to, I'll let you go around and meet some other people, and we're going to have some other people in the booth as well. If you'd like to just tell that camera over there your name and
Yes, my name is David Freeman.
Mr. Freeman is in the market looking for IT work. So if any businesses are watching, is there a good email address or a phone number you'd like to share?
Yes, my email address is, it's part of my name, D. Keith, Keith, F, 2017 at outlook.com.
At outlook.com. D. Keith 2017 at outlook.com.
Yep. My name is David Keith Freeman, so it's D. Keith F, as in Freeman, 2017 is when I set the account up, at outlook.com.
Awesome. Well, we'll see what happens. Maybe one of these companies will give you a shout out.
Yes, I hope so.
And I wish you the best of luck the rest of the day here and meeting everybody and all of the corporations.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Freeman, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks, dude. That was awesome.
I hope it wasn't too bad. Your feet cushioning is good, springiness,
Yeah.
but I don't have any ankles, feet,
Nothing to
or
absorb
calves.
it, really.
So it gives me a bouncy up and down.
Yeah.
Gives me a bouncy up and down, and that messes with my balance.
Yeah.
And I've gotten much better with my balance. Like I say, from bedridden to physical therapy, stumbling and horsing around with those guys. And so it's just gotten better and better. So there's still some things that I'm not great with, walking across grass, bending over, picking things up.
I'm not good with that
It's a
either.
little bit weird, but yeah.
And learning how to walk again, that's awesome. I'm glad to see you out here and conquering
Well,
life, man.
I'm actually qualified because I'm disabled, and anybody might be good for people to know this. There is a program through. There is a. There is a program through disability. If you're on Social Security disability, called Silver Sneaker. Silver Sneaker will pay for gyms like Fitness 1440 and all of that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So they'll help pay for the membership.
Yeah, so I get a free membership. I'm not paying for it. The government pays for it.
Now, where do you go to the gym?
When COVID-19 hit,
Yeah.
because of my recent past, they didn't want me going to a gym at
Yeah.
that time. I was going to Fitness 1440 in Hueytown, but I am now looking more towards Planet Fitness.
I would like to shout out. I don't know if you've ever been to Lakeshore.
Yeah.
I have a family member that goes to Lakeshore, and they have a great facility there.
Oh, okay.
I would definitely recommend checking them out.
Okay, I'll definitely do that. I knew
adaptive
there was one in
equipment.
Bessemer, but I'm kind of trying to push more towards Hoover because I can get a good job. I'm staying with parents because of all of this. So
Yeah.
I'm at a point I can be independent again.
Yeah.
At 55, you really want to do that.
Yeah,
so.
for sure. So you're looking to get a job maybe in Hoover, live out there, and then I know.
Yes, a career is what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I like how you put that. It's not a job; it's a career. So I hope the very best, and I think it's going to happen.
Oh,
I like to
thank
see
you.
you out here grinding. So
I'm praying.
yeah, and you're doing the right things. So keep doing it, and it'll come. Sir, it's a pleasure to meet you. When we got here, there was a line out the door. There's probably, I don't know, what do you think, 100 people here? Maybe more, Clifton? 200, you think? And 100, 150. And there's got to be close to 20 vendors. Just a lot of people here. That was really cool to speak with Mr. Freeman. He's getting back on, he's getting back on the grind and wanting to move out into Hoover. Well, I'm going to go into the crowd here and see if I'm going to grab one or two more people and have them sit in the hot seat right next to me in the studio. And we'll learn a little bit more about their venture, and maybe I'll get an organization, a vendor up here. So I'll be right back. I'm going to have you sit right there. Mask can come off or you can leave them on. Totally up to you. Okay.
Just because it's with the agency.
Yeah. And your name. Now let's make sure we're live on the mics. And let me know, and we'll make sure the camera's up and running. Test 1 2, test 1 2. So, introduce yourself.
Okay. Hey. Well,
And-
my name. Which camera am I looking at?
We'll try and do as close to the mic as possible.
Okay, so my name is Hang Nguyen. I am a business relations consultant with the Alabama Department of Rehabilitation Services. So I am here today to co-host and help sponsor with these events with United Ability. So of course, the goal is for people to get hired. And we have about 21 businesses here who are here to pretty much do that.
We were wondering how many vendors were here, and then also how many people, and I'm sure you're still getting those numbers.
Yes.
Well, when we got here, the line was out the door and down the sidewalk.
I am pretty much getting goosebumps from the turnout that we had just at the door before this event even started.
Yeah.
I personally invited pretty much anybody who was a VR consumer.
Yeah.
So the counselors that are working with them, their job coaches that are working with them, they were invited, but also the general public is invited. And so I think we've got a great mix of just anybody with different age groups, different experience levels, different education. And one of my goals as a partner with this hiring expo is to get people who are not already a consumer with Voc Rehab, to get them started, show them, what the process is like to pretty much, we have a table over there to find what zip code they're located with, get them connected to the right counselor that's over their case, and to pretty much open a case with Voc Rehab.
We just had a guest on, Mr. Freeman, that was speaking very highly of Voc Rehab.
Oh, good.
And he said he started a few years ago, and he's gone through a long process of going from bedridden to walking again, and all the processes, driving again, and now he's really looking for that career change.
Yes.
And he was singing the praises of everything that you guys do.
Oh, good. We touch lives every day. And that is one of the best things about my job, is that just literally looking at this crowd, I mean, there were people, they're hungry for a job, but it's not just a job, it's a meaningful career. And, we want to provide that for them, but also show the community, with anyone listening, that there are businesses out there that will be inclusive. They're all about diversity, and it's not just a job, it's going to be someone's livelihood. It changes multiple lives. Just the turnout alone, I've lost
It's amazing
count.
here, and I know that businesses and industries are really eager to hire right now.
Yes.
You got to strike while the iron's hot.
Yes.
And now's a perfect. Now, for anybody that couldn't make it here physically, are there a list of vendors, or how would they?
We had a flyer that came out, but if they wanted to personally, contact me or Katie Dumas, my phone number is 205-290-4314.
If you would type in your name and your phone number there.
Sorry, I'm really bad at multitasking.
Guys, you're going to have to blow up this number day and night. You sign her up for cat memes or whatever is out there.
I do love cats, I will say that.
So if anyone couldn't make it here today, there's a great contact and phone number where you can learn more about the organizations that are actively reaching out to the disability community looking for employees. And what is today? Is it just kind of a meet and greet, or what does the process look like for individuals? Like, are they getting hired on the spot today?
Yes.
Really?
So a lot of people that are coming are either getting on the spot interviews and on the spot job offers. If not, they can get accepting applications. They can get contacts on who to talk to about whatever career they're looking for.
Yeah.
These careers are part-time, full-time. They are entry level all the way to corporate. I mean, whatever you're looking for, we've got it. We've got hospitality. We've got healthcare. I mean, Ascension St. Vincent's is sitting right across from me right now.
Yeah, you got banking. You've got Regions here.
Regions, warehouses. I mean, Coca-Cola, Buffalo Rock, Milo's Tea Company. There are multiple reps for all those companies that are here and ready to hire, ready to give you job interviews. We have private rooms to go where you can interview. So, hey, Ashley.
There you go, if you want to acknowledge her.
She's our rehab engineer, my buddy. Thank you for watching this.
What am I not asking that you think organizations and individuals could really benefit from hearing?
I just think that a lot of people could benefit just from ADRS helping them learn all about disability inclusion. With the business relations program itself, we pretty much teach employers to, be more accessible, be more accommodating. We teach them on disability etiquette and awareness. So that is a no-cost service that we do.
Yeah.
And I think it's a free resource that not a lot of people know about, unfortunately.
I feel like it should be required training for corporations or businesses of a certain number of employees.
Yes, but when we connect with these employers, I mean, even with my buddies over here at Ascension, once I connected with them, I mean, the opportunities were endless. And I think anybody could just benefit from just being more aware.
Now, so are there businesses here that have been through the business relationship program?
Yes, so a lot of these businesses are present that are already partnering with Vocational Rehabilitation Service. If they're not, please contact me. I can get you, any type of services that you're looking for dealing with disability. We're just here, and we're a free resource.
Yeah, take advantage of it.
Yes, and this will be one of many expos that we're gonna host.
I was just going to ask, when's the next one?
Let's start planning it like tomorrow. Maybe let's make the
Maybe take a little bit of a break. I'm sure there's like a lot of work and behind the scenes
Yes.
that.
United Ability has been working tirelessly. ADRS has been working tirelessly to put this together. We're so grateful that they asked to collaborate, because that is the end goal, is to get people hired.
Yep.
And I think, even inviting a lot of the employers, they were so grateful to be invited.
Yeah.
So this is a win-win. I mean,
Now, are you guys going to get numbers back from those employers?
yes.
So you'll have a hard data count.
Yes, I plan on collecting data. I plan on personally following up with everyone. Katie Dumas and I have already had this discussion. We are going to follow up, and if there's any suggestions on how to make this better next year, please let me.
I don't know if I can really think of anything. This place is rocking and rolling.
This is amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool. Well, I appreciate you spending some time with us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, and thank you for putting this great expo together. and
Yes,
helping out
thank you.
there.
I'm gonna go mingle some more.
Yeah.
But I appreciated this. Goodbye, everybody.
I'm going to go find the next victim. Yeah. Turn my mic live. Guys, I think we're gonna have the Secretary of Labor, Mr. Washington, come over here shortly and just talk a little bit about the importance of. Let me bow down here. Talk a little bit about the importance of what today really is. So I'm going to give him a few minutes, but please hang around for that. I'm really interested to see what he has to say. Secretary of Labor. Had the Secretary of State on this year. Had the Secretary of Labor on. Didn't even know about. What time is it right now? Guys, how much longer do you want us to go? You let me know in the chat here. Is there anybody any vendor you specifically want me to ask? I'm going to try and get maybe Secretary of Labor to come on with us, and then maybe one or two other guests here that are actively looking for employment. Get their experience here. Maybe I'll do that now. Come on in. I'll sit right here if you want to sit here. Yep, I'll sit right next to you. All right, so today we're just talking about the job fair. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
My name is Walter Maxwell, and I'm here today to see if I can find me a good job.
Well, we're glad you're here today too. This place is packed today.
I know.
Were you in the line outside?
Yes.
Dude, that line was like out to the street.
It was like it was like all the way to the almost close to the back. Like nobody was gonna be, not enough folks gonna fit in there. So.
Yeah, I know. So tell us a little bit about the job you're interested in, or what type of job you're looking for.
Mostly I'm interested in a lot of jobs because I'm mostly trying to gain experience so I can have like other jobs they might hire me.
Yeah, it's tough because when you're going for that job, everybody's like, well, tell me about your experience. And it's like, well, I have to, get that experience in order to tell you about it. And I feel like they always want you to have like 10 years of experience right out of high school. It's like, how am I supposed to do that? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, to be honest with you, you mostly just have to have confidence, basically.
I like that.
And you can't be afraid. It's all right to be nervous.
I'm just going to move this a little bit closer to you.
You can't be nervous when you want a job and you get scared and turn back. You got to say, this is what I really want to do. I want to try everything else, and see what my weaknesses are and what I'm good at. but at the same time, you can't be afraid to try.
Yeah, that's a great mentality to have. Now, is there one or two businesses here that you're really interested in that you've met today?
Well, I was mostly interested, mostly like Union Fist.
I haven't met all the businesses actually. What kind of work did they do?
Like, I think they clean like work clothes, I guess.
Okay.
Like mostly like not just regular clothes.
Like uniforms.
Yeah, uniforms.
Okay. They take care of like for companies that have a lot of uniforms, they'll take care of making sure they're all ready to go for the next day.
Yes, I'm kind of interested in that.
Yeah. So the people you talked to were pretty cool.
Yeah, most of all the jobs here are mostly interesting.
Yeah. Now, have you set up like another time that you're going to go and continue talking with them or get hired? Or what does that look like? Did you give them a resume?
I gave them a resume.
I think that's a good way to do it.
To give me a chance to see what jobs they got available. Or what I can pick that's interesting, what I might like or enjoy.
Now, do you want a part-time job or a full-time job?
Well, I might go full-time. But most of the time, I might end up choosing part-time for right now.
Yeah.
It depends on the situation I'm in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I might say, what if I might not have enough? What if I might need to? What if I might not want enough time to do certain things, like schedule, basically.
Yeah.
Schedule. Like, if you work part time, you only get like half of it. You only get half of it.
Yep.
But if you go full time, you got the whole 8 hours. Like probably a whole 8 hours, or probably more than that.
Yeah, and it might be like more hours in shorter. You might only work 4 days a week instead of 5, but more hours in the day.
Yes.
And that's a lot of time.
Yeah, because you might not. Because if you go part time, you might have enough time. Like you might want to go to school.
Yeah.
And be off on that certain day. But if you go part time, you might want more money in your pocket.
Yep.
But
it's a give and a take. You got to make the money to have fun, and buy like skateboards and stuff like that. What do you like to do outside of work?
I like to, most of the time, I like to just go outside and most of the time, I like to go out and travel, go all over the place and go shopping.
Yeah.
And
that shopping will get you in trouble spending that money.
Now, budgeting is what you do.
Good.
It's always about budgeting.
Yeah.
You'll never spend your money too widely.
Especially, sometimes I'll do that. I'll spend my paycheck too quick, like the day of. And then it's like, well, I should not have done that.
But to me, when it comes to spending money, it's more like if I get everything I wanted, and if you got everything you wanted, there's no reason to spend more money than if you already have everything you have.
Yeah.
So you must probably gonna have another plan to save up that money for later on. Like you might want a car, you might want to pay for insurance, you might want to have your own house.
Yep.
Stuff.
Long-term goals that you got to budget and save for.
Yes, just what I'm doing for myself.
That's awesome, dude.
But I have a long way to go.
So do I.
Cause I'm gonna be honest, some jobs are like.
What do you mean? How do you mean by that?
Some jobs you gotta look for jobs that treat you right too.
Yeah.
Cause some jobs will not treat you right. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you might have managers that's going overboard and changing your schedule without you knowing, and not telling you what you're supposed to know, and not being very honest with you.
And not being in good communication.
Yes.
Yeah.
And not mostly it's mostly disrespect.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yep.
Like I've seen many things on jobs that I used to work in UAB, and
we're gonna bash UAB right now.
I'm not gonna bash them.
Okay.
It's not UAB fault. It's some of the the people
That's
who
usually
work
what it
there.
is. It's not like a bad organization or a bad business. It's just a bad apple.
Yes, it's a bad apple. It's always that one person in there that ruin the day. Mm-hmm. But most of the time, you might just go through it, go along with it for now. Mm-hmm. But I kind of say that I enjoyed the job. The job was fun. It's just that I wasn't,
It's just that one disrespect or not good communication that really
Yes.
throws it off.
Yes, that's basically it. I like the job. It was actually fun. It didn't have no problems with it. But at the same time, it was just time for me to leave.
Yeah.
I had to go get something else that I might enjoy.
Well, I'm glad you're here today. Is there anything you'd like to say about that we haven't talked about today and job searching for anybody that maybe couldn't make it today?
No,
Well, I appreciate you coming and chilling with us and telling us a little bit about how your day's going.
thank you.
It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Good luck out there.
Thank you.
Malcolm did. Go to facebook.com/Alabama Care. I don't have a card or anything, but it's on there. We'll do
Right
here,
there,
sir.
okay. The booth,
Yes, sir. So we are an organization called Alabama Care,
Alabama Care.
and we exist solely to provide content for the disability community.
Okay.
Talking about services that are available, introducing success stories. And I just wanted to get your input about the importance of today in hiring.
Today's event is perfect. This is the perfect prelude to next month's National Disabilities Employment Month. If you look at the number of employers here and look at the job seekers here, today is going to be a game changer for those who are looking for work.
Yeah, and there were a ton of people when we first got here. The line was out the door, all the way up to the street there. So the turnout today was amazing, I think.
Yeah, it was. And so at Alabama Department of Labor, we've had a long-standing partnership with Unitabilities, making sure we connect those who are looking for work, put them into the workforce. And today is another step in that direction.
Now, is this kind of a new thing? I know this is the first Expo at United Ability, but just about employees with disabilities getting into the workforce. When is that movement and when is that really taking hold?
Well, we started this movement, as you put it, in 2017. In fact, we named it the Governor's Disability Job Fair, and we hosted it right here in Birmingham, here at United Ability. And again, the goal is to make sure that everybody has a pathway to move into some of these high-wage, high-demand jobs.
And we've had an opportunity to speak with some individuals that were looking for employment today, and they said that this was great. They came here with their resumes. Some of them said they were getting hired on the spot. To come here and to get rid of all that stuff.
Yeah, today is critical. If you look at our workforce today, our unemployment rate right now is the lowest it's been during the pandemic. we have heard from a lot of concerns from employers who are still looking to fill open positions. We feel like today's event, hosting this job fair with people with disabilities, is going to help fill that gap.
And then you mentioned that next month is Employment Month. What types of events can we look forward to in that? And if someone's available to go to those events, where are they?
They'll be all over the state. You can go to our website, which is the labor.alabama.gov.
I'm going to put it in chat.
Okay.
Labor.alabama.gov.
Along with United Ability's website to find where are those opportunities for the entire month to connect job seekers who have disabilities back into the workforce.
And if you could talk a little bit about, I feel like employers and businesses are really struggling to find employees, and it's such a hot striking point right now, especially for the disability community, to get their foot in the door. So right now, I think in the next 3 to 6 months, you need to get on it.
Well, as mentioned, there are opportunities out there, and so our role at the Alabama Department of Labor, along with United Ability, is to raise the awareness where those open positions are. So if there's someone out there who is looking for an opportunity, we can make sure that there's a clear pathway for them to get it. Or let's just say if someone with a disability has a current job and looking to upgrade to a better job, this is a great opportunity for them to do so.
Thank you very much for spending a few minutes with us here. Is there anything you would say to somebody that's thinking about going into active employment searching?
They can visit one of our 53 career centers statewide. There's a plethora of different services and resources that's available. And again, you can find out where those career centers are on our website, which is labor.alabama.gov.
Very awesome. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate your time.
Thank
Secretary of Labor, Mr. Washington.
Thank you.
And then we'll go ahead and turn the mics off. And